guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my first update for my project polish. I picked out 6 polishes at the very beginning of 2017 that I decided that I'd like to try to use up. So this is just going to be my first month update. So my first polish that I had is this Joe polish. It's this orangey shade right there. I wore this maybe once on my toes, so it really didn't move at all, unfortunately. Yeah, I wasn't really too motivated to wear this bright orangey peach color, unfortunately, this last month. So it only made it on my toes once. So I'm hoping by next update I'll want to use this more now that it actually is kind of looking a little nicer out here. I'll be motivated to wear some of these lighter shades. So yeah, not really anything to report there yet, so but I'll keep you posted. My next polish is a Joe polish as well, and this one I love. It's in the shade Pink Rose, and as you can see, there we go. When I first started, I was right up at that line. I've just gone down like just slightly. I put this on my toes and fingers quite a bit this month. I really enjoy it, and it looks like I'm about halfway gone through this bottle now, so I'm hoping it won't take me too long to go through the rest. And again, I think this will be a good shade since it's such a light pink to wear during Valentine's Day and during the spring. I don't know if I showed it on the swatch wheel, but here it is right there. And my next polish is a Revlon polish, and it's in the shade Sweet Tart. And when I started, I was right up at this line there. I only wore this like maybe twice on my toes. I ended up putting it on my toes because it was so bright. And I don't know, it kind of leans a neon, and not really like, I like neons on my toes and stuff in the summer. But this shade particularly was not very flattering on my skin tone for some reason. And I kind of forgot that it was that bright of a color since I hadn't worn this polish in years, like before I started this project. So I ended up putting on some top coats, or toppers, sorry, and trying to put those over top, and it kind of made it a little more enjoyable. It kind of toned down some of the bright neonness of it, and looked a little more flattering, so I can kind of get away with wearing it. So I'm probably going to do that again for a next update. I'll probably try putting this on my fingers. This would be maybe a good one for Valentine's Day as well, with being a bright pink. I think I could pull that off, maybe with one of those toppers, like I said. But yeah, not a lot of progress there to report. Just went down the slightest, and that was only on my toes this month. So the next polish I have is this Hansen Complete Salon Manicure in Right Said Red, and I love this shade. It is a really bright red. I wore this a ton, and as you can see, when I started the project, it was just right there, and I went down slightly. These bottles are a little fatter, like they're wider up at the top, so it's going by a little slower. So I'm hoping for the next updates there'll be more progress to report now that it's going to be getting a little thinner. But it looks like I'm maybe getting close to the halfway mark on this bottle. But I love this shade, and if I didn't already have like a million reds in my collection, I would totally think about repurchasing this. I really enjoy these Hansen Complete Salon Manicure polishes. Like their brushes on them are a little wider, so I find that they're it makes it really easy to paint your nails without making a big mess. So I definitely recommend that. They are a little pricier than some of the other polishes at the drugstore, but I do love that shade. I don't know if I said that's in the shade Right Said Red right there. Alright, and moving on. So the next polish I have is this Julep polish, and it's in the shade MaryAm. And I wore this one quite a bit. It's actually what's on my nails right now. And it's kind of like a burgundy shade. It's got like, I don't know if you can see in the bottle. There we go, it's shining. It's got a really apparent gold shimmer in there, and it's kind of misleading because like when you paint it on your nails, you really don't see any of that shimmer. It just kind of looks like a deep burgundy shimmery shade without like any gold shift, which you really do see in the bottle. So unfortunately that's kind of lost on the nail. But as you can see, I started right up at the top there. I got a silver Sharpie so I did my intro video, so you can really see kind of where I'm at on these deeper shades, so that's good. But yeah, I started right there. I've gone down to about that point right there. And it looks like this bottle is maybe at the halfway point. I'm planning on actually focusing on this for the next update, and maybe trying to get this one out of my collection first. Being as these Julep bottles are quite a bit smaller than the rest, it shouldn't take too long to go through, and I definitely want to use up these deeper shades while it's still winter. And yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with that one. I probably wouldn't repurchase this because Julep is very expensive for not a lot of polish. And this one I've actually already had to add a little bit of thinner in there, which kind of ticked me off a little bit. But yeah, other than that, it's been a fine polish. It's 2-coater. I don't know if I showed it on the swatch wheel, but here it is. And my last shade that I have in this project is by OPI, and it's this mini, and it's in the shade My Car Has Navygation. And I wore this a ton this last month. I really enjoy this shade. It's kind of like this deep blue, like almost like an indigo-y type shade. It was a little bit worrisome actually when I started using this polish, because the first coat goes on super sheer, but within the second coat it kind of evens itself out, but it looks kind of like a hot mess. But yeah, it actually turns out really nice in the end, so that was good. But yeah, so I'm about halfway through this bottle, and yeah, I really have been enjoying this. And again, because it's a deeper shade, I want to focus on this for next update, and I'm hoping between this polish and the Julep polish that I have, that I can maybe use up one of these by next update, or be very close to using them both up, kind of thing. So that's kind of where my focus is right now, on which polishes to use. And since I did, like that's all my polishes, but since I did my intro video, I actually wanted to throw in a couple base coats, because I have a ton of base coats, and they all have like this little amount left, and so I wanted to just throw in these. And this one is by Julep, and it's called their Oxygen Nail Treatment, and I don't know if it's really meant to be a base coat. I tend to use it as a base coat because otherwise I'll never wear treatments. Like I always am wearing polish of some kind. So this I've used quite a bit out, as you can see. I'm at that point right there, and I haven't been recording since the beginning of this. I just literally mark this to kind of show you where I'm at, but I'm going to throw this in this project as well, just to see if I can use it up. And same, my only other base coat that I added was this Quo by Orly, and it's their Strong Bond base coat. This one is a base coat. It's kind of like a sticky base coat. I prefer this one actually over the other one, being as it is a base coat. It actually does, I do notice a difference. My nail polish will stay on longer with this one. The Julep is more of like, I feel like it does make my nails maybe a little healthier feeling. They're not quite as brittle. But yeah, I'm going to use these both during this project, and this one I have just like this tiny little bit left, so we'll see how I do on that. So yeah, that's it for this update. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if anybody else is doing this project, please let me know down below in the comments, because I would love to follow along with you with your progress. I really enjoyed that we're kind of all supporting each other on this project polish this year, and yeah, I would definitely love to see what you guys, what colors you chose and all of that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you with my next update probably in a month or so. So be on the lookout for that. And I really appreciate all your comments and feedback and everything. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next one.